morning here already. Okay, I want to start off by saying good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this first Nassau County Turkish Republic Day celebration. I want to start off by sharing with you that I had the privilege of visiting Turkey, and thanks to the support of the Turkish Cultural Center, with a couple of other colleagues here in the county this year. So I really wanted to share with you that I had the privilege to visit a wonderful country. And one of the things that I loved the most was, of course, the beautiful people and the kindness of the Turkish community. But we have an excellent event tonight. We're definitely very proud that this is happening here in the county for the first time. Obviously, we're privileged to have the support of our county executive at MANGANO. But continuing to what I'm here for, I wanted to introduce to you a person that I have learned to love because of his dedication and work that he does for the community here in Nassau County, and especially for the Turkish people. Please help me welcome Mr. Ayman Salih. Ayman.
Thank you for the kind words. By the way, this is our colleague. He's the Deputy Director for Minority Affairs. I'm really glad to see you all here with us celebrating the Turkish Republic Day for the first time in Nassau County. So welcome again. Hepiniz hoş geldiniz. İyi akşamlar dilemek istiyorum sizlere. Tabii konuşmamın çoğu İngilizce olacak. Eminim ki herkes İngilizce anlıyordur. And now I would like especially to recognize and thank the following individuals for joining us this evening. Our Vice Consul General, Mr. Ümit Kılıç. The Turkish Cultural Center Vice President, Mehmet Kılıç. We had actually 6 assembly members who confirmed, but they do apologize for not staying long today. But I'm just going to acknowledge their names. Assembly member Ed Roth, David McDonough, Michael Montesano, Charles Levine, and Assemblywoman Michelle Schumel and Joe Saladino. And of course, I would like to thank all the business leaders who are here with us today, and the Turkish American community members who are joining us this evening. As a native of Turkey and current employee of Nassau County Executive and MANGANO's administration, it's an honor for me to be your Master of Ceremonies as we celebrate the first annual Turkish Republic Day here in Nassau. So thank you again. And I would like also to ask everyone to observe a moment of silence in remembrance of the 10th anniversary of September 11th, terrorist attacks, and those who we have lost actually in the earthquake in Van, Turkey. So please observe a moment of silence. I would like to invite and welcome our friend, a talented lady. Her name is Hümeyra Etik, who will sing the national anthem and the Turkish anthem for us today. that needs no true introduction. A tireless leader that has dedicated his life to advancing real reforms to Nassau County that include smaller government, less spending, and no new taxes. This man has held the line on property taxes and put money back into residents' pockets by eliminating an onerous home energy tax placed on all Nassau residents. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce you to this evening our great Nassau County Executive, Ed Mangano.
Let's hear it for Eamon. He did a wonderful, wonderful job. That Eamon is a colleague in our government here in Nassau County, works tirelessly to advance the cultural and community interests here collectively in what we call Nassau County. Does a wonderful job. So, Eamon, I'm proud to have you on our staff here. And good evening and welcome all to the Theodore Roosevelt Executive and Legislative Building. I'm particularly honored to have our colleagues in government join us here today, Assemblyman Charles Levine and those that were mentioned before, along with Comptroller George Maragos, I know who's with us. We're particularly honored to have the Consul General here from Turkey. Let's give a big round of applause for our Consul General. I'm honored to host Nassau County's first annual celebration of Turkish Republic Day here in Nassau County. Today we are commemorating the proclamation of the Republic in 1923, which followed the successful Turkish War of Independence. Although we are here in celebration, I would be remiss if we didn't mention and remember those who were lost in last month's earthquake in Turkey. The earthquake took the lives of 600 Turks and injured more than 4,000. I know that we have with us the president of Helping Hands. I'd like to acknowledge he's with us and he's working hard. He was with us. There he is. I'd like to acknowledge that he's joining us here, helping to bring aid and assistance to our fellow Turks that are suffering. On behalf of the 1.3 million residents of Nassau County, our thoughts and prayers go out to the Turkish people, and we wish them luck and support in rebuilding. Today is also a great opportunity to celebrate the many achievements of Turkish Americans, not only here in Nassau, but across the nation. Turkish Americans have proven they are hardworking and dedicated to improving Nassau County for all its residents. The Turkish American communities have played a very important role in the growth of Nassau County. They're part of our family and contributed tremendously through their entrepreneurship and expertise. I have the great fortune to have my good friend Irfan here. Irfan, I know, is out here. He's a friend, he's a neighbor, and he's introduced me to a significant amount of Turkish culture, including attending many of the events that the Turkish Cultural Center of Long Island hosts, and I always feel very welcomed and part of the community, so I thank Irfan and his family for adopting me. Doing a great job, Irfan. As much as I'd like to take credit for this wonderful event, as I said, the credit needs to go to my staff, to Eamon, that's worked very hard with the Cultural Center as well, to host these great events. And it's so important that we come together. The more I am in this position, the more I'm exposed to different cultures, and the more I see how we are alike. Each culture wants to make life better for their children. It's a commonality. We want a better community. We want a safe community. We want one where we could all pursue the American dream and have the opportunity to pursue the American dream. Equality, friendship, safety. And together, that's what our government is doing. We try to bring people together. We try to advance our common causes, and we try to focus on more in the area of where we are alike than rather not alike. And I am so honored to have a diverse staff that has been very successful. If you look around the room, we had Herb Flores open up the ceremony. He's been doing a great job for us. Ildia Gonzalez, the Executive Director of CASA, is here. Kamlesh Mehta, handling our economic development. Of course, Eamon and many others I'm probably missing here working together from different backgrounds, from different countries, where you would think that they have different goals. And as I said, the more we work together, the more we understand that we have a very common goal here. So I thank you for joining us here today, certainly celebrating the rich culture and history and contributions of the Turkish American community. I'm so happy that this will be the first of many celebrations in this building, which is your building, the building of all our residents here in Nassau County. Thank you for your support and for your trust in me to lead this great county to a better place. Thank you very much.
I just want to acknowledge our Deputy County Executive, Philip Elliott. He's in the back right now. And also Mel Harris again. I do apologize. I'm really excited to have all those people here today, our friends, our community members, elected officials. I'm really excited again. So if I forgot anyone's name, and also I would like to mention Mr. Celal's name, who's the Taci, which is Turkish American Chamber of Commerce President. Taci seçilmiş. And we have two FBI agents, one from Long Island, and the other person, Mr. John and, I'm sorry, Mike from Long Island. And now I would like to invite our Vice Consul General, Mr. Ümit Kılıç, for his speech.
Honorable Nassau County Executive, Mangano, Honorable Assemblyman present here, Acting Police Commissioner, Mr. Kramter, and Nassau County Controller, Managos, esteemed Vice President of Turkish Cultural Center in New York, Mr. Mehmet Kılıç, esteemed Presidents of Turkish Cultural Center, Long Island Chapter, and Helping Hand Relief Foundation. With your kind permission, I would like to start my speech by addressing my fellow compatriots in a few words in Turkish. İyi akşamlar kıymetli vatandaşlar, kıymetli dostlar, kıymetli kardeşlerim. Bu akşam sizinle Cumhuriyet Bayramı'nı burada kutlamak için birlikte olmaktan son derece büyük mutluluk duyuyorum. Bu akşam Cumhuriyet Bayramımızı kutluyoruz. Yakın zamanda başımızdan ülke olarak elim hadiseler geçti. Şehitlerimizle kalbimiz kırıldı. Deprem sonrasında yüreğimiz kanadı. Ama atalarımızdan kalın kalın altını çizdiği gibi birlikten kuvvet doğuyor. Biz bugün burada hep beraberiz. Eymen Bey'in de kıymetli katkılarıyla, Nassau County'nin bize kapılarını açmasıyla biz burada toplanmış bulunuyoruz. Bu tür vesileleri daha sık değerlendirelim. Daha fazla bir araya gelelim. Birbirimizden ayrılmayalım. Her birimizin bir diğerinin bir parçası olduğunu ve hepimizin büyük Türk milletinin birer uzvu olduğunu hiç unutmayalım ve hem kendimize hem de çocuklarımızı unutturmayalım. Size buraya burada bizimle birlikte olduğunuz için, burada bu etkinliğe iştirak ettiğiniz için çok teşekkür etmek istiyorum. Dear guests, it is a great pleasure and privilege to stand before you to commemorate the 88th anniversary of the proclamation of Turkish Republic. On the occasion of this great special event, I want to offer my respects for the members of Turkish security forces who have sacrificed their lives to protect the peace and well-being of Turkish people against the dark forces of terror. I also want to extend my condolences to the victims of the recent earthquake in one province of Turkey. May their souls rest in peace and the wounded swiftly recover. I am heartened to witness the degree of compassion emanated from the United States government and American society, whose friendship and solidarity is very valuable for Turkey and its people on these difficult days. I am also grateful for the efforts of the Turkish American society to alleviate the hardships of earthquake and offer my sincere gratitude to everyone who has contributed to this noble effort. Speaking of Turkey, Turkey's importance is a frequently cited fact by her friends and allies, United States being among the foremost of them. Being important is not a goal in itself, but an indicator of success towards a greater goal: peace, prosperity, and happiness of people. A decisive measure of Turkey's importance derives from its success in flourishing a vibrant democracy. Democracy is the culmination of our republic and fruition of people's will. Democracy is the best cure for the managerial and ideological excesses. In a democracy, the common will of people prevents the administrations from mismanagement and complacency. We all want to see this particularity of democratic governments in the service of populations of our region. We want the countries of this region to build their institutional frameworks to better employ their material and human resources for the best interest of their people. Turkey is a microcosm of ancient cultures and modern structures. It shares its religion with more than 1 billion Muslims, shares its language with almost 300 million Turkic people, and its secular democracy with her Western allies. It enjoys a history with marvels to behold and valuable lessons bearing ponderance for everyone who wishes to better understand the history, culture, and local structures of nations straddling from Strait of Gibraltar to island mountains of Caucasus. Turkey and United States of America share strong historical bonds by the virtue of their common commitment to the same universal democratic values. I have full confidence in the continuation of these relations with the same intensity in the future. As representing the Turkish Consul General in New York, I want to assure our utmost dedication for preserving and advancing this friendship on our region of responsibility. I hope that this event will constitute a prelude for each of you towards other steps to learn a lot more about Turkey and its special place in the region and the world. Thank you very much for your kind attention. I wish you a pleasant event for the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mitkovic, for the speech. And now I would like to invite, on behalf of Long Island TCC, Mr. Mehmet Kılıç, who is the Vice President of Turkish Cultural Center of Manhattan.
Honorable Nassau County Executive Director, Honorable Turkish Council, Honorable Assembly Members, Nassau County Controller, business, religious community leaders, good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure and honor for me to be here with you today. Today, we are celebrating the 88th anniversary of the proclamation of the Republic of Turkey in this historic building in Long Island. Turkish Cultural Center is proud to be one of the organizers of the Turkish Republic Day program in the leadership of Nassau County Executive at MANGANO. So thank you so much for hosting this event. I also want to give a very special acknowledgement and thank the Honorable Fethullah Gülen, a renowned Turkish poet, writer, religious leader, scholar, philosopher, for not only inspiring those of us at the Cultural Center, but for being an inspiration, being a teacher, and a role model to literally millions of people throughout the world, promoting peace through tolerance, open dialogue, and mutual respect. The Turkish Cultural Center is a non-profit, non-government civic entity which was established in 2006 by Turkish Americans who want to promote a strong Turkish-American friendship with the hope that it would promote peace through not just these two nations, but the rest of the world. The 12 branches of the Turkish Cultural Center operating throughout the New York State organize trips, lectures, seminars, art exhibits, dinners, festivals, conferences, and celebrations just like today's event, touching upon a broad category of topics all aimed at informing the public about the Turkish Americans and issues important to all of us as a nation. As Turkish Americans, we are all Turkish and we are all Americans. We have the privilege of loving the two countries, our motherland of Turkey and our adopted nation, and the home of our children and our grandchildren, the United States of America. We are fortunate in that we never have to make a preference between the two identities that we hold so dear. Since the values that we hold as Turks and the values that we hold as Americans overlap to such a large extent. As the Turkish Americans who came to the scene in this country later in mid-1900s are dedicated to contribute as much as we can to the quality of life in the U.S., just like the African Americans, Asian Americans, Italian Americans, Irish Americans, Hispanic Americans, and so forth. Without undermining the role of Turkey plays in the Middle East and around the globe as an emerging economic and global power, working together with the United States for common goals and aspirations, there is a lot more that brings us together. The people of Turkey and the United States have so much in common. To begin with, these two great nations have historically chosen to do not what is favorable, not what is easy, not what is safe, but that which is morally right. Turkish and American have one more thing in common, to share the common values and morals. Again, these two great nations serve humanity. During the earthquake in Haiti, Turkey and the United States were among the first nations to run to rescue the people that were struck hard by the major catastrophe. There are still Turkish and American volunteers in Haiti serving the needy, working side by side. During the flooding in Pakistan, again, Turkey and the United States were among the first nations to run the rescue of people that were struck by this catastrophe. And there are still Turkish and American volunteers in Pakistan working for the needy side by side. What is good for America is a Turkey that is strong economically, that is strong, that is stable politically, and that is more democratic. What is good for America is the continuation of the strong Turkish-American friendship, an alliance that exists today and needs to continue not just for decades, but for centuries to come. Last night, there was a live Turkish earthquake relief telethon on Ebru TV. We are grateful for our American friends who helped the victims of the earthquake in Turkey on October 21st, 2011. Many good friends of Turkey from all over the United States took their time to help fundraiser, make donations for the families of the victims to rebuild their homes, their hopes, and their dreams for the future. More than $750,000 donations were collected last night in 2 hours. And we would like to thank Helping Hands Relief Foundation for organizing this event. U.S. representatives from Texas to Hawaii, senators, assembly members from New York to Connecticut to Florida, artists, singers, journalists, celebrities from New York, Connecticut to Hollywood called to promote the fundraiser. This means a lot to us as the Turkish American community, and it means a lot to the people of Turkey and Turkey, because the United States is with them, not in only good days, but also in bad days. In conclusion, I would like to take this opportunity again to thank our Nassau County Executive Ed MANGANO for hosting this event. Also, I would like to thank Ayman Salih, working so hard to make this event possible, and also Davut Yılmaz, the president of Long Island TCC. Last but not least, thank you for all being here with us, for dedicating your time, supporting this event. This event is great because of you. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Mr. Mehmet Kılıç. I just want to acknowledge 2 more county employees. Ray Thomas, who just came in. see you. I don't know if Connie's here, but she helped us with a lot of stuff in the lobby, so I want to thank her again. And I would like to continue with our assembly members. I'm sure that they have something to say today. So please welcome Mr. Levine, Assembly Member Charles Levine.
Salamu alaikum. You know, our nation, the United States, is a very complicated place. But I suspect that those of you of Turkish background appreciate that very well, given that Turkey is a very complicated place. And part of the complication involves both nations being secular democracies. Now, as we know, democracy is not easy. It wasn't supposed to be easy. It wasn't designed to be easy. It was designed to be very, very difficult. But there is so much in common that the Turkish culture and the American culture have in common that it's only fitting that we be here tonight. And for the fact that we are here tonight, I want to thank the Nassau County Executive Ed Mangano and the TCC, because the key to America's future and the key to Turkey's future involves the mutual self-interests that both our nations have. So, we all know that Turkey is the key to the future. America, for many years, was sadly less than educated, less than well educated on the ways of much of the Middle East. And we, in a way, have paid a consequence for that. The world is a small place. Most Americans after September 11th understand that we are no longer, in America, isolated. We no longer have the luxury of having two great oceans to buffer us and to protect us from the problems that Turkey has faced for many years before America faced the problem of terrorism. So, let me simply say, on behalf of my colleague Michelle Schimmel, who was here earlier and had to leave, and our colleague Michael Montesano, who was here and had to leave, how much we appreciate being here with you this evening on this momentous day, honoring the amazing accomplishment of the nation of Turkey. And let me say this, that while some politicians in our nation are openly critical, too critical, of people who believe in Islam, that is not the case here this evening. Now, in this room, if we were here on a Monday morning when the legislature is in session, you would see on this side, on your right, a bunch of Democrats, and on your left, a bunch of Republicans. And sometimes they get into little arguments, but that's part of democracy. And sometimes these arguments are very contentious. There's a lot of heat generated. And sometimes they're actually a little bit funny. But that is all part and parcel of democracy. But there is one thing that we should appreciate this evening, that whether we are Republicans or whether we are Democrats, we all have and should have tremendous respect for the contributions made to our nation by the Turkish-American community, and we all as well ought to respect the unique challenges that the nation of Turkey has faced. We as Americans have so much to learn from you, and I just want to say how very appreciative I am to be part of the program here this evening. And on behalf of my colleague Michelle Schimmel, who had to leave, and on behalf of myself, I have a couple of citations from the state of New York honoring you and honoring the nation of Turkey for your accomplishments, your friendship, and for being our nation's staunch ally. And so, let me present these to Vice Consul Kulic, and hopefully, inshallah, the day comes when we all live in peace.
like to invite our Assemblyman, David McDonald. Please welcome him.
Thank you very much. I want to congratulate my colleague, Assemblyman Levine, who said it so well. And I'm just going to capsulize a few things that he said, and that was, number one, we are similar, our two countries, because we both believe in freedom and most of all tolerance. We've learned that here in the United States over the years. We didn't learn it fast enough, but I think we're there now. Here in Nassau County, as exemplified tonight with the leadership of County Executive Mangano, who has opened the doors of Nassau County to all different cultures, and you can see it here tonight with the packed room of the Turkish culture. I just want to say that I'm very happy to be here. I'm the son of Irish immigrants, and each of the people who come into this room every day all came originally from someplace else. And some of us here are so happy to be a member, all of us here are so happy to be citizens of the United States of America, where freedom is the best thing that you could ever have on this planet. And it's fought for every day, right down to this level, right here in the county of Nassau, with the leadership of the county executive, and it will continue. So thank you very much. I can't speak in Turkish as my colleague, Assemblyman Levine did it, but I can say thank you, and congratulations on 88 years of Turkish freedom.
Thank you, Mr. McDonough. And now I would like to invite Joseph Saladino, our other Assemblyman.
Thank you. It really is indeed a privilege and an honor to join with friends from overseas, friends who are now here in America, and so many friends who have always been here. First and foremost, all of my colleagues and all of us in government, myself included. Our heart goes out to the Turkish people for your losses, now counting some 608 and countless more who have been injured, and their lives have been devastated, never to be the same again. And I know America will continue to be there and help, the way Turkey has been helpful to so many nations across the years. I also want to thank a dear friend for hosting this event, for making sure that everyone, whether they live in Turkey, whether they live here in the U.S. or are visiting, knows that you have true, dear friends here in Nassau County. And that's our county executive, Ed Mangano. I've been fortunate to have a friend in Ed Mangano for so many years now, and have seen him grow to take on the responsibilities of this tremendous county and do a fine job in bringing us back through proper business principles and through protecting the sanctity of those who live here and the services we depend on. But as I thought about that, I realized that's no different from what we see in Turkey each and every day. Embracing the traditions, whether they be the social traditions or the economic traditions of working hard and building, frankly, at one point, one of the greatest empires the world has ever known. We also need to send that message to Americans. And programs like this are so helpful in doing that. To encourage Americans to visit an incredibly gorgeous country. To see one of the oldest and most brilliant cities the world has ever known. That embraces the old and the new. To see the Sultan's Palace in all its beauty. To visit cities like Bursa, so important on the Silk Route of the world. To visit Cappadocia and see those incredible, enormous, and breathtaking natural structures. And to know that so many Christians saved their lives by hiding in those structures. To see Ephesus, probably the oldest Roman city that one could ever visit. To see the gorgeous beauty there. And as a Catholic, I have to tell you, it was especially important to me to visit the home of the Virgin Mary and to have that opportunity in such a beautiful country as Turkey, where people embrace you at every turn, where families invite you into your home. They called it the Turkish muscle that was growing in me as I ate seconds and thirds in their homes. And I found a place where they saw that to be a compliment. So I know I have to go back. but to be with people who are so wonderful and have proven it. And I hope every American, whether they be of the Jewish faith or any other faith, makes a point to get to watch the film Turkish Passport and understand the caring and the concern and the love that the Turkish people have shown to their brothers and sisters, and in this case, saving their lives, means so much. So I thank Ed for giving this important opportunity to us. I encourage every American to see Turkey, and I encourage every Turkish person to visit the United States. You have been our friends. You have been our friends even under very difficult circumstances. And you have made it clear that you won't put up with terrorism, especially when it comes from neighbors like Iraq and Iran. You've made it clear that your religion, while it is so important to you, your culture and your traditions, while they are so important to you, there's been something even more important, and that's doing right by humanity. So I'm thrilled, and actually I feel so privileged to join with my great colleagues, Assemblyman Levine, Assemblyman McDonough, Assemblywoman Schimmel, who was here earlier, Assemblyman Montesano, who was here earlier with you, to pay tribute to a people and a culture who have impacted the world's history in such an amazing way. And again, I thank you for being here, and we are so honored to have our Vice Consul here. And if Vice Consul Kalichi, if you would join with me so I may make this presentation to you. On behalf of so many of us in New York State government, thank you for visiting.
Thank you, Mr. Saladino, for the speech. And now I would like to ask our county executive, please, to come to the podium to give the citation and the proclamations.
So I said before when I was going to mention names, I'm going to miss people like Scott Scatillo, that's sitting right here. My Deputy County Executive, Dr. Reverend Elliott, who is here, and Ray Thomas, Mel Harris, and many others that made it not possible, so we want to acknowledge them. At this point, I'd like to bring up all my colleagues in government so we may present this joint citation and collectively get a nice photo to remember our first annual celebration here in Nassau County. So I'd like to bring up the Consul General, if I may. Everybody step to the front, and we're going to present to you a citation on behalf of the 1.3 million residents of Nassau County, recognizing today's celebration and remembrance.
On behalf of the Turkish American community, I would like to invite Mr. Davut Yilmaz to get this citation.
Okay.
And on behalf of the Helping Hands Relief Foundation, I would like to invite Mr. Fatih Kayalar to give a speech.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Helping Hands Relief Foundation is a non-profit organization that was founded by a group of volunteers consisting of business people, academics, doctors, and community leaders. Since it's established, it started the relief activities domestically and internationally. Helping Hands Relief Foundation helped state of Vermont and Rhode Island because of Hurricane Irene, Mississippi for the flood, and Alabama for the tornado. After the Haiti earthquake, Helping Hands immediately sent a volunteers group to the affected area. 9 different volunteers group of people went one another to the Haiti to work on rescue work. And Helping Hands served daily hot meals for 1,000 people 10 days after the earthquake in Haiti. When Japan earthquake and Israel forest fire happened, Helping Hands reached all its contacts and collect donations for these areas. As you know, this summer, the family in the Horn of Africa, Helping Hands works on it and sent 6 of its volunteers to the Kenya to search help efforts in Dadaab refugee camp. And as you know, 13 days ago, a powerful earthquake hits the Turkey, and Turkey get a very bad situation at that time. After that, we started a campaign for the earthquake in Turkey, and we received very good responses from the people all over the United States in a short time. People have started to donate immediately. And we plan to make a live donation drive yesterday night, and Ebru TV, a broadcasting company in New Jersey, wide opened their doors for this event. We are very thankful for the Ebru TV for their generosity. And we collected over than $750,000 pledged in 3 hours live broadcasting last night. Most definitely, we will not limit our services to access anybody, any country, all around the world by prioritizing on the emergency of the need. Together, these activities will improve individual and community lives on both a local and a global scale. Thank you very much for your time.
And before we end the program, we have a few gifts for our county executive, for our Vice Consul General, and on behalf of Turkish Cultural Center, Mr. Mehmet Kılıç. So please, I would like to invite them all to the podium. Now everybody is excited about the free tickets, round tickets to Istanbul or any city, I guess, to Turkey. On behalf of the Turkish Airlines, I would like to thank them, thank Mr. İhsan Baytan, who's the director, and Ms. Begüm Kapusuz, who's here with us today. And before we have the raffle, I just want to acknowledge these people, my friends, and whoever who helped us to make this night happen. The Turkish Cultural Center of Long Island, Turkish Airlines again, Ebru TV, Zaman Weekly, Hürriyet USA, Turkish NY, which is a news portal, Hercule Technologies, Design, Savaş Şahin, Hüdayi Kavi, John Lajarfo, and Kate Scholl. So I want to thank them again, and please give us a round. And now I would like to invite our County Executive, Edward P. Mangano, and our Vice Consul General, Ümit Kılıç, to do the raffle. And let's see who's...
How about our representatives from Turkish Airlines join us up here for their very generous donation, because we're going to make some very happy. One person getting 2 tickets. So you're getting 2 round trip. You want them. Okay, and I'll let you win. Drum roll. We have Alan Rivera. All right. Vivian Persia? B-R-C-I. Some very lucky people going to Turkey. Okay, in closing again, I thought that was a wonderful surprise to have 4 round-trip tickets to Turkey at this commemorating our wonderful celebration today. We look forward to having this as an annual celebration. Hopefully Turkish Airlines will again sponsor the event next year. It was a great evening. I think we learned a lot about culture. I certainly learned a lot tonight. I know more about Turkey than I did before I came into the room. I'm sure many share that. We are very pleased to have my colleagues in government share their thoughts and experiences. I didn't know Assemblyman Saladino spent so much time in Turkey. And of course, Assemblyman Levine and Dunn. I'm next. I was hoping to win a ticket, but it didn't work out. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this is the first of many other events that you come, visit our government seat here, take part in other events. I always tell all the cultures, I know that we come together and we celebrate each culture, but then we need to come together collectively and celebrate other things and join other cultures so we build understanding and build communication and build a better Nassau County. So thank you, and God bless America.
Thank you all for coming, and now we can go and enjoy our dinner, which is on the right.